Author Neil Chinook, Chief Business Administrator, iTech Note. All citations in this video are in Cite Them Right. 12th edition, Harvard Style, The Shape of Things to Come. Introduction. Over the past decade, the ground beneath digital marketing has shifted dramatically. The days when a business could get by on a slick storefront and the odd press release are firmly behind us. Today, a company's digital persona is as tangible as the sign above its door, sometimes more so. Customers don't just want good products and polite service. They want to know what sort of organization they're supporting, what it stands for, and whether its actions back up its words. As search engines and digital platforms grow more sophisticated, they're learning to read these signals with an increasingly human eye. At the same time, the boundary between online and offline has blurred. A misjudged tweet or an under-the-radar community initiative can both have outsized impacts on how a business appears in search results and across social media. Search engines, in particular, have evolved from simple information retrievers into arbiters of trust and reputation. Over the next 5 years, this relationship between ethical behavior, tangible business action, and digital visibility will only intensify. For business leaders, marketers, and anyone with a stake in a brand's future, understanding this interplay is no longer a luxury. It's a strategic necessity. Real-world impact. How tangible actions drive SEO. As algorithms have grown more discerning, they've begun to reward businesses that demonstrate real-world engagement and authentic ethical commitments. Consider the practical reality. A company that quietly donates to a local food bank or organizes a beach cleanup might find itself featured in local news, tagged on social media, or praised in customer reviews. These mentions become digital breadcrumbs, telling search engines that this is a business rooted in its community, invested in positive impact, and trusted by real people. Shopper approved, 2024. Even more, tools like Google's local guides and review platforms now surface these signals faster than ever, folding them directly into local search rankings. This isn't just a matter of good PR. Concrete gestures, adopting transparent supply chains, championing fair labor conditions, or launching sustainability initiatives are now key factors in how brands are perceived online. RankPay 2023. The feedback loop is powerful. The more visible and authentic a company's ethical commitments, the more likely it is to garner organic backlinks, glowing press, and positive reviews, all gold dust for SEO. Increasingly, businesses are waking up to the fact that SEO is not a siloed digital tactic, but an ongoing conversation between the real world and the web. Transparent reporting on ethical supply chains, regular community engagement, and a willingness to show the messy, human side of corporate life have become competitive advantages. When these actions are shared openly, NGOs, trade publications, and influencers amplify the story, creating a network of positive signals that search engines are primed to detect. Shopper approved, 2024. Emerging trends. Next generation ethical SEO. The pace of change in digital reputation management is relentless. Below are the most important forward-looking trends reshaping the ethical SEO landscape. Real-time reputation. Monitoring and response. Gone are the days when businesses could wait a week to respond to a review or news story. AI-driven monitoring tools now scan the web for mentions of a brand, surfacing both praise and criticism within moments of publication. Platforms like Brand24 and Mention are leveraging natural language processing (NLP) to distinguish between genuine feedback and coordinated astroturfing, allowing businesses to respond in near real time. This rapid response capacity is crucial, as research shows that companies addressing customer concerns within hours are significantly more likely to retain trust and loyalty. In Blog.ai 2024. Increasingly, reputation management is moving towards predictive analytics. By modeling trends in sentiment and engagement, businesses can anticipate PR crises or spikes in negative attention before they occur. Advanced platforms now offer reputation forecasting, allowing brands to simulate the impact of policy changes or campaigns on public perception and search visibility. Decentralized and blockchain-based reputation systems. A cutting-edge development in digital trust is the rise of decentralized, blockchain-powered reputation platforms. These systems, such as PoGeekWet and Civil, offer immutable records of reviews and endorsements, making it nearly impossible to game or erase negative feedback. As search engines experiment with incorporating blockchain-verified signals, businesses will need to be even more transparent, knowing that every action, good or bad, could become part of a permanent, publicly searchable ledger. The UK's National Cybersecurity Centre has recently explored using blockchain to verify the authenticity of business credentials and certifications, which could soon be referenced in search results to add another layer of trust. NCSC 2024. The rise of ethical algorithms. Google, Microsoft, and other search giants are now openly discussing the use of ethical algorithms, machine learning models that penalize content for failing to meet certain social responsibility criteria. These include not just accuracy and transparency, but also fairness, accessibility, and sustainability. Importantly, Google's 2025 Search Quality Evaluator Guidelines expanded the concept of harmful content to include climate misinformation, hate speech, and exploitative financial advice. This reflects a broader trend. Search engines are becoming de facto regulators of information quality and ethical standards. User-generated content as social proof. One of the most powerful signals for both search engines and human users is honest user-generated content. Businesses that facilitate and showcase unfiltered customer reviews, testimonials, and community stories are increasingly favored by both algorithms and audiences. New platforms like Trustpilot and FairScore are using AI to verify the authenticity of reviews, reducing the impact of fake or incentivized feedback. This shift places a premium on transparency and openness, making it riskier than ever for companies to attempt to manipulate their digital footprint. Another emerging trend is micro-influencer collaboration, where businesses tap local voices with small but highly engaged audiences to generate authentic, grassroots content. Research shows these endorsements often carry more weight in local SEO than traditional celebrity partnerships. Bright Local 2025. iSearch and its ethical crossroads. Artificial intelligence is not just the latest buzzword. It's fundamentally changing how search engines parse and prioritize information. Google's Search Generative Experience (SGE) and Microsoft's Copilot are already generating answers and summaries by synthesizing content from multiple sources, rather than simply surfacing links. For businesses, this means that only the most reliable, well-sourced, and transparent content stands a chance of being included in these AI-generated answers. Content that attempts to manipulate, obfuscate, or mislead is increasingly filtered out by both machine and human review. Companies must now focus not just on avoiding overt SEO tricks, but on ensuring every piece of content is accurate, fair, and clearly attributed. SEMrush 2023, Digital Marketing Institute 2023. The ethical implications are profound. AI models are trained on vast datasets that may contain bias, misinformation, or outdated norms. Without rigorous human oversight, these biases can be amplified, potentially harming both brands and users. The cutting edge here is the integration of explainable AI, XAI, which makes it possible to audit and interpret how an algorithm arrives at certain conclusions, offering greater transparency for both businesses and regulators. Search Engine Journal, 2023. Another innovation is the use of AI for content watermarking. Subtle markers embedded in text or images that signal whether content has been AI generated. This helps search engines and users verify provenance, further raising the bar for authentic, responsible content creation. Research FDI, 2023. AI explainability and auditability. With regulators increasingly focused on algorithmic accountability, explainable AI XI is now a strategic imperative. The latest frameworks enable businesses and auditors to examine why an algorithm made a particular decision, such as demoting a site or surfacing one answer over another. This is vital in regulated sectors such as healthcare, finance, and law, where even unintentional algorithmic bias can have serious legal and reputational consequences. UK Information Commissioner's Office, 2024. AI-powered content moderation. On social platforms and business websites alike, AI moderation tools are now being deployed to identify hate speech, misinformation, and harmful content in real time. The best systems combine automated screening with human oversight, reducing the risk of false positives and ensuring that legitimate criticism or whistleblowing is not suppressed. Offline actions, the new power move in search. Offline engagement is now a critical component of digital strategy. The boundary between the physical and digital worlds is more porous than ever, and search engines are learning to read the signals that bridge the gap. Advanced AI models are now capable of correlating spikes in online coverage with real-world events. For instance, when a business sponsors a local marathon, the resulting surge in local news articles, event listings, and social media posts can be tracked and weighted as valuable signals in search rankings. SDH Global, 2024. These models can even distinguish between genuine community engagement and PR stunts, rewarding consistency and depth over one-off gestures. Zero-click searches. The battle for authority. The rise of zero-click searches, where users find the answers they need directly in the search results without ever visiting a website, has raised the stakes for authority and trustworthiness. To appear in these coveted snippets, businesses must produce content that is not only factually robust, but also anchored in demonstrable expertise, third-party validation, and a continuous record of ethical conduct. SEMrush, 2023. LinkedIn, 2024. The future of zero-click search will likely include more multimedia elements, short videos, infographics, and interactive widgets, all indexed and surfaced directly by search engines. Google's multi-search and Microsoft's new answer cards are already experimenting with these formats, offering users a richer, more immediate experience and putting even more pressure on businesses to be both authoritative and creative. Search engines are also beginning to use real-time sentiment analysis to judge the tone and trustworthiness of content. This means that businesses that foster genuine goodwill, respond promptly to criticism, and maintain a consistent voice across channels will be better positioned to claim these high-visibility spots. Diversity, equity, and and inclusion (DEI) as ranking signals. Reflecting a growing social consensus, search engines are increasingly sensitive to signals of diversity, equity, and inclusion. Companies that publish transparent DEI reports, showcase diverse leadership, and engage in community building are now seeing measurable improvements in both trust metrics and search rankings. Acronym 2023. Conversely, businesses embroiled in discrimination lawsuits or lacking clear diversity policies may experience a demotion in visibility. Advanced analytics and attribution. Leading-edge companies are now using multi-touch attribution models to directly link offline activities, such as charity events, sustainability initiatives, or educational workshops, to measurable changes in digital visibility and sales performance. This granular approach enables more effective resource allocation and ROI calculations for ethical initiatives. AI's expanding role in enforcing ethical SEO. AI is increasingly not just a tool for optimization, but a critical piece of the ethical compliance puzzle. Search engines now use advanced machine learning to identify and penalize unethical tactics, ranging from fake reviews and link schemes to misleading metadata and accessibility failures. SEO 2024 GSOF 23. On the cutting edge, businesses themselves are deploying AI-powered auditing tools to scan their own content for hidden bias, discriminatory language, or non-compliance with accessibility standards. Solutions such as Content King and SiteImprove offer real-time monitoring, highlighting issues before they can damage reputation or invite regulatory scrutiny. A major innovation is the use of federated learning, AI models that can learn from decentralized data sources without ever accessing the underlying private information. This allows businesses to benchmark their ethical practices against industry-wide standards while maintaining strict data privacy. Digital Marketing Institute 2023. The regulatory environment is also evolving. The European Union's proposed AI Act and the UK's Digital Markets, Competition and Consumers Bill are poised to introduce stricter requirements for transparency, explainability, and auditability in both AI systems and digital marketing practices. Businesses that prepare now, embracing proactive audits and clear reporting, will be best positioned to navigate this new landscape. Voice, images, and multimodal search, new ways to tell a story. The next frontier in search is multimodal. Voice, images, and interactive media are reshaping how people seek and discover information online. By 2025, voice and image-based searches are forecast to make up more than half of all queries. Pedia 2024. To thrive in this environment, businesses need to think beyond text. High-resolution images of community events, employee engagement, and sustainable sourcing become powerful SEO assets when tagged and described accurately. Google Lens and Pinterest Visual Search are already indexing such content, making it discoverable through a simple photo or scan of a QR code. Voice search, meanwhile, rewards companies that provide concise, factual, and trustworthy answers to common questions. Tools like Speakable and schema.org markup are helping businesses structure their content for smart assistants and voice platforms. The challenge is to maintain ethical standards, ensuring that voice responses are accessible, bias-free, and respectful of privacy. A brand's audio identity is also emerging as a key differentiator. Short podcasts, audio testimonials, and voice-driven FAQs not only boost engagement but can be indexed by search engines, expanding a business's reach and reinforcing its ethical commitments. From data protection to social good. The wider ethical picture. Modern SEO is about responsibility as much as visibility. With the advent of strict data privacy laws, GDPR, CCPA, and emerging UK regulations, businesses must now be more transparent than ever about how they collect, store, and use customer information. Search Engine Land 2023. Acronym 2023. The latest best practice is to adopt privacy by design, embedding data minimization, user consent, and clear opt-out mechanisms into every digital touchpoint. Search engines are increasingly penalizing sites that use intrusive tracking, dark patterns, or fail to disclose data practices, while rewarding those with transparent privacy policies and accessible user controls. Demand Playbooks 2023. Accessibility is also becoming a central ranking factor. Sites that comply with the Web Content Accessibility Guidelines (WCAG) provide alt text for images and ensure full keyboard navigation are not only more inclusive but also more visible in search results. AI-powered accessibility checkers are making it easier for companies to identify and fix issues before they become a liability. On the social responsibility front, brands that champion sustainability, diversity, and ethical governance are now able to showcase third-party certifications, such as B Corp or Fair Trade, directly in search snippets, reinforcing their credibility and appealing to ethically minded consumers. Why AI and ethical SEO must go hand in hand. A research view. Artificial intelligence is now the engine powering almost all aspects of SEO, from keyword research to content personalization and predictive analytics. But as AI's influence grows, so too do the ethical challenges. The latest research suggests that AI-augmented content consistently outperforms pure AI or human-only content. The most successful brands are those that blend machine efficiency with human creativity, using AI to handle repetitive tasks and surface insights, while relying on experts to shape strategy and ensure ethical standards. eMarketer 2023. Writes a Sonic 2023. AI is also enabling a new level of personalization, tailoring content to individual users' interests, locations, and behaviors. But this power must be wielded carefully. The most forward-thinking businesses are experimenting with privacy, preserving personalization, using on-device processing and federated analytics to deliver relevant experiences without compromising user trust. Ripe Media 2024. Looking ahead, the integration of AI into SEO will become seamless and continuous, with always-on optimization and real-time feedback loops. Sequoia Capital 2023. Search engines will increasingly reward transparency about AI use, clear disclosure of data practices, and rigorous efforts to detect and mitigate bias. Acronym 2023. GSOF 2023. Expect to see the focus shift from keywords to user intent and context, a move that will require businesses to invest in deeper, more meaningful content, grounded in genuine expertise and ethical storytelling. Exploding Topics 2023. Challenges on the horizon. With innovation comes risk. The most pressing challenges facing businesses at the cutting edge of ethical SEO include bias and fairness. AI models can unwittingly amplify societal biases or discriminate against certain groups. Rigorous testing, continuous monitoring, and open reporting are essential to mitigate this risk. UNESCO 2023. Transparency. As AI-generated content becomes ubiquitous, users and regulators alike demand clear labeling and explainability. This is not just a matter of compliance, but of building and sustaining trust. Search Engine Land 2023. Some privacy. The tension between personalization and privacy will only grow. Businesses must prioritize user data protection, minimize data collection, and comply with all relevant regulations. Demand Playbooks 2023. Sustainability. The environmental impact of digital operations, including the energy consumption of AI and data centers, is under increasing scrutiny. Ethical SEO increasingly includes a commitment to carbon reduction and sustainable tech practices. Strategic recommendations to align business reputation with ethical SEO in this fast-evolving landscape. Treat every offline action, community work, partnerships, sustainability efforts as a digital asset. Capture and share them through blogs, photos, and video content, making sure to tag and describe them accurately. They use AI tools to audit for ethical risks, bias, privacy, misinformation, and publish transparency reports. Be proactive in addressing issues before they escalate. Encourage honest customer reviews and engage constructively with feedback, both positive and negative. Facilitate user-generated content across platforms. Optimize for voice and visual search by sharing authentic narratives through video, audio, and photographic content. Structure content for discoverability across emerging search platforms. Embrace transparency in all data collection and content creation practices. Make privacy policies accessible and give users real choices about how their data is used. Invest in accessibility and inclusivity, ensuring your website and content are usable by all, and regularly reviewing for compliance with evolving standards. Benchmark your ethical practices using industry frameworks and third-party certifications, and make these achievements visible across digital channels. Pilot new technologies such as green hosting, blockchain credentials, and explainable AI frameworks to stay ahead of evolving search standards and consumer expectations. Conclusion: building an accountable digital future. The writing's on the wall. SEO's future is ethical, transparent, and inextricably tied to the real work businesses do. As algorithms grow sharper and people get savvier, companies that back up their promises with genuine action and communicate it honestly online will win out. In the next 5 years, ethical SEO won't just be a marketing buzzword, but a baseline for trust, reputation, and lasting growth. Those who see SEO not as a technical fix, but as a natural extension of their real-world values, will be the ones who truly stand out in the digital crowd. Where once SEO was a technical backwater, it now sits at the heart of brand strategy, risk management, and corporate citizenship. The most successful companies will be those that embrace the messiness of human experience, share their stories openly, and use every tool, AI, analytics, creativity, without losing sight of their ethical compass. As we approach 2030, the measure of a business will be not just how well it ranks, but how well it serves its people, its communities, and the wider world.